So during the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, they announced that 2 Legend of Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, are going to be getting Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Now, if you don't know what that means, I go a little bit more in depth with it in my video that talks about everything you need to know about the Nintendo Switch 2. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'll link it down in the description below. But to give you a quick rundown, it's basically enhanced versions of these games, which are going to be completely free for those who are Nintendo Switch Online subscribers. And so with that, though, they also mentioned this other thing called Zelda Notes, which is going to be sort of like an extra little, I guess, addition to the Nintendo Switch Online app, like mobile app. And there's a lot in there that they didn't go over in the Nintendo Switch Direct, Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, that is, that they revealed after the fact in a fuller trailer for these Nintendo Switch 2 versions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So we're going to go over that here in this video. If you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to like, subscribe for more. We've been doing a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 coverage, and there's a lot more to come. We've been doing probably so much that it's killing my algorithm. The way YouTube works is if you post too many videos back to back to back, kind of suppresses your videos. And so if you guys do enjoy this content, you know, and if you want to help support the channel, definitely share it with your friends and all that good stuff, and interacting with it, leaving a comment, a like, whatever, also helps as well. If you don't like it, it's completely fine as well. Let me know what you dislike so I can improve the content in the future. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this again. So again, first things first, let's talk about the stuff that you may not know. The Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom come with enhanced versions. What does that mean? It means they're HDR compatible. They have an enhanced resolution and frame rates. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous the way these games look like in stunning 4K HDR, more vibrant visuals. It's insane. Not only that though, but the new kind of, I guess, technology they're going to be using for the storage means faster load times. For example, if you use micro SD cards, you can't use your old school kind of typical micro SD cards. You have to use the express ones. So you can't use the SD card that you've been using with your normal Nintendo Switch. So faster load times, save data transfer. So you can transfer your save data from you know, from the original Switch. There's additional manual save as well, and they said. And then the kind of meat of that's like the first minute and 15 seconds of the trailer. Then they go on to announce for the next, and this is a 7-minute video, the Zelda Notes. Now, I'm going to give you guys kind of a quick rundown highlight version. So first thing that you can do with Zelda Notes is navigation. Navigation can help you find, you know, Koroks that you're missing, different things across the world. And it basically acts like a GPS. It's absolutely insane. You can have it open on your phone, and you can basically tag where you want to go, and basically it's like a GPS that guides you. It's like, okay, head north. Okay, your destination is now above you. You have reached your destination. It's like, it's a GPS. It's insane. It is such a high quality of life improvement. The other thing is something called voice memory. So you can actually locate, these are additional basically story tidbits that they're adding to these games, which is really massive. So if you go to different areas, for example, they showed off, you know, Zelda's study, there's going to be like a little voice memory that Zelda's talking about, you know, the silent princess flower that she found, and different stuff like that. So it's kind of like these little extra lore tidbits that you can kind of go around and explore. Really cool little stuff. And it's not just Zelda. There's other characters as well that that are going to be, you know, talking, like Master Koga is another one, and different people like that. Auto build. So for Tears of the Kingdom, obviously we have, you know, being able to build your actual, you know, different kind of devices and stuff. What's really cool is you can share these now. You can create a QR code with Zelda Notes, and then that is something that you can share, and people can basically use that QR code and basically build that device that you built in Tears of the Kingdom. Massive. That would have been huge for when we were first playing through Tears of the Kingdom, but hey, better late than never. That's huge. Item sharing. So item sharing is very interesting. So let's say you have meat, or you have, for example, in the case that they showed, like a Royal Claymore, you can actually share it. And again, you go into the app, you select it in game to share, and then you basically get like a QR code, and then you can send that QR code to someone, and they can receive those items via Zelda Notes. So if you're trying to help someone else in their adventures, you can do that. It's really incredible, man, what they're doing with this app. Now it's a little unfortunate that you have to use like an app outside of the game, but you know, it's still really cool. Then there's Photo Studio. So when you take pictures in the game, right? Obviously with the in-game camera. I'm not talking about like screenshots. I'm talking about like how there's like in-game camera. You can share it on the app. You can add QR codes to and different things like that. You can, whatever, you can edit it basically a little bit in the app. There's play data. The play data is very interesting because it not only shows you your time spent in Hyrule, it shows you things like total enemies defeated, materials collected, weapons collected, treasure chests open, energy cells consumed if it's Tears in the Kingdom, for example. Like there's all this different stuff. And then there's sort of like an achievement thing. There's in-app medals based on your records, like, you know, travel 100 kilometers, earn 30,000 rupees. So this is sort of like an achievement / trophy system specifically for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in the game. And then they have global play data, so you can see sort of like your global play data, quests and adventures cleared, you know, how many times you've cleared certain things, you know, you versus global, right? So like, how do you compare to other people globally, basically, is what that's about. So really, really cool. And then there's a daily bonus. So basically you can kind of spin this wheel daily. This is at least for Tears of the Kingdom that they're showing, but I think it's could also be for Breath of the Wild. And it'll be something like, let's say, health recovery. That'll go into your inventory, and at any point, let's say you got health recovery, at any point you can like pop that and fully recover your hearts or whatever. Of course, we have compatible amiibo that are going to be scannable. That's you know, typical. But what's very interesting is that there's sort of like a stamp thing, right? If you scan an amiibo more than 4 times, or 5 times total rather, you'll be able to scan it an additional time the same day. So typically you can only scan an amiibo once per day. But if you scan 5 days, I guess, total, then on the 5th day or whatever, you'll be able to scan it twice. So just massive quality of life improvements, guys, coming to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Again, this is going to be available with the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date on June 5th, 2025, just a couple months away. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. I think it's super cool, super exciting, and I can't wait to dive into it. And again, the games look gorgeous with these new enhancements, so I'm super pumped. But let me know your thoughts, and stick around for more. Till the next one, my friends. Game on. Thanks for watching.